Welcome to Drawing with Curly Poos. This was last week's drawing. Get a new sheet out. As I said, I don't like wasting paper, if possible. I like to spin my pencil like this sometimes. And rub it. It's stimulating, it gives me ideas. I can feel the ideas trickling in as I do it. A combination of the two. I'm sorry about that, that was my tongue. Let's see. What have we got here? This is the surface no detail at the moment. This is the surface of Mars. And all of this, we're going to show the internal workings of a great dome, a colony dome. And we're going to show you, you have to imagine this would all be glass panels and imagine like a big greenhouse type of things, but I won't draw the panels because we're gonna have like a cutout so we can see what's inside. I mean, this could be anything. It could be a rainbow, couldn't it, really? But you've got to use your imagination. You have to use your imagination with these drawings. All these panels, a little door at the end, where all the humans, or I suppose now will be called Martians, if they live here. A little airlock they can get in. And this is a cutout, so this would all be covered. You have to use your imagination for that. This was, I kind of wish I hadn't drawn this. This is a little hill. So the dome is kind of beyond the hill. I wish I hadn't drawn the hill now. It's going to get in the way. But what would we need? What would we need inside our Martian dome? Well, the airlock down here. We'd need a little room that you would immediately access with all the space suits or environmental suits, allowing people to leave and wander outside. Maybe just off that they could have like a larger hangar bay and an alternative exit for roving vehicles. Jump into one of those vehicles and off you pop. And then we go through into the living area. Small little passageway. Another airlock probably. So what would be the first thing we'd see? Perhaps we'd see a kind of multi-tiered communal space for everybody to go to. Not a place for privacy. Not a place where you can just get your bits and pieces out and start playing with them in front of everybody else. It's not that sort of place at all. This is a place where everyone can sit down and watch a bit of TV or whatever they have. Staircase leading upstairs. Downstairs, perhaps a little kitchen area. Upstairs, a few places to sit down. Big screen at the end. Maybe they've got a movie night, they all gather around to watch. Everybody gets their fair share, their pick. What do you want to watch tonight, Brian? I'd like to watch Conan. Which one? The first one? How about you, Sally, for tomorrow night? I'd like to watch Back to the Future, please. Which one? The first one. Gary, what would you like to watch? I'd like to watch Roger Rabbit. That's a bit childish, isn't it, Gary? That's a children's film and you're 43. I know, I just like it. It's from my childhood, so I've got fond memories of Jessica Rabbit. Okay, it'll be a bit of a laugh. We'll get some popcorn from the popcorn machine, which is down here. Then we'll take the popcorn upstairs and we'll give Roger Rabbit a go. This could keep going up, couldn't it? Could have another layer. Maybe another staircase. We'll be on the third layer. Well, it's taken a bit of exercise to just get to that third layer, hasn't it? So that could be a good warm-up for a gym. All sorts of machinery. To help people get their workout. Speakers in the corner. People could be pumping their music in. Get them in that mood. Very nice. Another little corridor. Leading down to the next room now. And we're assuming this is a dome, a fairly small dome, with perhaps only 20 people living there. Not a huge dome with thousands of people and sprawling, but 20 people is still a fair amount you have to cater for. And cater for them we shall, because this room will be the feast room, the dining room. Tables there, like a cafeteria at the back. Where the food would be, you place your order here to a robot server, and then the food would be automatically made, come out on a little conveyor belt. At the side there. Then you pick your food, go to your table, get stuck in. Everything's catered for. Now it can't all be all play and no work. They're there to do a few things. They're not just there for leisure. So we're going to have a little lift here. A lift here that takes them people up to the operations center. Well, we have a big screen in the background where they're monitoring things, maybe monitoring things like oxygen levels, and it's a funny shaped screen. We've got a few. Got a few people sat down here at their control panels, working all the buttons, maintaining. Maybe we got the governor of the dome, keeping an eye. The foreman, I don't know what you call him, the leader of the dome. I'm not sure what title that would have. Dome Lord. Dome Lord is there. Got a room that leads to maybe all the I don't know, the servers and all the computer equipment. The room probably gets quite hot, so you'd surround the room with a cushion of ice cold water. What could go wrong with that? I can't think of anything. Ice cold water cooling the electronics room down. But where's the cold water coming from? Curly Poos, I hear you ask. Well, I don't know. Down here, we're going to get into the living quarters now. So this will be all the various rooms that each person has, where they can keep all their personal belongings, and there's somewhere to sleep and wash and probably isn't enough room for the luxury of huge spaces. It would be quite tight. And put up a few posters, maybe a clock. You know, it's got to look lived in. Oh, I know where the ice water can come from. There's tubes leading up to the top of the dome, floorless. And on the top of the dome, there's another small hut. Not hut, because you say hut and you think wood, don't you, made out of wood, but no, this would be made out of whatever future technology materials they've got. And this would essentially be the little hut of the dome's keeper, like a groundskeeper, but somebody who checks the the dome for any signs of damage, any cracks or anything like that. That's their job basically. They live above it. And they can walk up it. The dome it's too steep at this end to walk up. But the other end, you can see it's slightly, the slope, the incline becomes slightly less steep, smoother all the way down, and the man just walks up it, or lady, whoever's got that job. Now, how does this connect to the ice water that cools the servers down? Well, checking for dome cracks only takes, say, an hour of the day. That's a lot of time that this man or lady has left within your average working day. So there they are. I'll draw them a little bit bigger, so not to scale. But there they are. There's a little hole there, and they spend the rest of the day spitting into the ice water tube, which takes the spit, little refrigeration unit halfway down, cools the spit off as it passes through that. It's then released further down into the server room, or into the cushioning area, the buffer area, which cools it down. That's the good thing about the dome and man's foray into outer space. Everything is self-sufficient, and it has to be self-sufficient. Otherwise it's not going to work. So everything, your own fluids, everything will be recycled. You know, maybe urine can be recycled and go towards it as well. Urine from the living quarters. And I'll tell you what, it could also go to, it's built here, the drinking water reserve. Big tank, recycle the urine. And that's where they get their water. There's a constant loop. Similarly to how they do it in space now, in space shuttles. What else could they use their urine for? Well, they could use it for the showers, can't they? Use the urine, comes out, and well, effectively just goes back in, doesn't it, for the showers? So Jemima could be taking a piss in this room, and 2 minutes later, Steve is bathing in her piss, cleaning himself up just before his shift in operations. Very good. Now this area, we can have a large room here. This area of the dome is completely clear, allowing light through. And this will be the arboretum. This will be where they grow their own food. I don't know what these are. I'm not sure if these are tables or don't know what the scale is, you know, fields of crops. With watering machinery. Sprinkling down water every day. Which probably would also come from the piss. Extremely efficient so far, I think. Prepare all the different varieties of fruit and vegetable they can grow. We end up with all sorts of boxes of produce they can send down. To the kitchen. They can form them into little snacks. Got a little space there. What can we have? What can we finish it off with? We could have, I tell you what we could have, a little laboratory. One would think that there'd be plenty of scientists among the number. Pencil needs a bit of a sharpening. So we've got all manners of wacky devices and equipment for people to use to discover more about their new home. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I don't think they'd need anything. I don't think they'd need anything else. I wouldn't worry about anything else. They might need an armory or something like that. I'm not sure why they would need that uninhabited planet, but we can give them a slight little tube up into an armory here. Little crawl space. Or they can pick up any weapons, futuristic weapons that they may need before going out. But if they delve too deep, if they head out, what will they find? Perhaps this little fellow here.